It's Wine Wednesday, and today we're talking about the Ferrari of wines.
Ooh, Ferrari, like the car maker, and Ferrari, like the top of the line.
Yeah.
Marcy Jones is live to explain. It sounds wonderful, Marcy.
Sorry.
That's right. Good morning, you guys. Only the best for us on Wine Wednesday. We are here with Will, the man, the legend of Treva in West Hartford. Okay, so we're talking about Ferrari sparkling wine. For anybody who's not familiar with the fact that Ferrari is making sparkling wine, introduce the folks at home to it.
So Ferrari, not to disappoint, is not affiliated at all with the car company. You know, sorry to disappoint. I'm not sure.
What are we doing here? Bye, Will.
What kind of intro we got on the way in? I'm not sure what they're saying in studio, but this is a fantastic sparkling wine straight out of the northern hills of Italy.
Love it.
Couple things. So it's not your typical sparkling wine that you might be familiar with from Italy.
Okay.
You know, I think most people think of Prosecco.
Yes.
Or, you know, even more outside of Italy when it comes to sparkling wine, champagne, obviously.
Yeah.
Now, one of the big differences is champagne, obviously, if you don't know, has to be made in Champagne, France.
This is important information. I feel like this is stuff that gets thrown around and then people kind of snicker at other people that don't know it.
Exactly.
We are here to educate on Wine Wednesday. So Champagne comes from the Champagne region of
Exactly, northern France. It's typically, you know, it's very regulated. I won't get into all the details. It has to be certain grapes, fermented in a certain way. Same thing with Prosecco. It's coming out of the Trento region of Italy.
Okay.
Has to be using certain grapes, you know, 85% of the blend that they allow, and fermented in certain ways, tank, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to waste all your time with the exact details.
But is it it's very familiar, right?
Exactly.
All of it?
It's kind
Same church, different pew?
Very familiar. Now, Prosecco is going to be a little bit on the sweeter side compared to champagne.
Okay.
That said, it should still be dry, meaning not sweet. Just on the spectrum, it's going to be a little sweeter.
Okay.
Now, what we have here, the Ferrari Brut, which is made in Italy, like I said, outside of the regulated territories that Prosecco needs to be made in, is made in a traditional champagne fashion.
Oh. You're making it more confusing now, Will. Are you nuts?
The big thing to remember is...
What is the champagne fashion?
Champagne fashion means it's fermented in the bottle, it gets its bubbles in the bottle.
Okay.
You know,
everything happens in the bottle.
And it's typically made with Chardonnay grapes, which this is. Italian.
If you rub it, does a genie come out?
It does, actually. You got to only get 2 wishes, though.
Iconic. I love that.
So it's always important to ask for an extra wish.
I hate drinking alone, so pour yourself a little glass. Guys, I would pretend like I haven't tried this before, but you saw the teas. You all know I definitely took a sip. It's delicious. And I feel like... I said this before, so I know that you agree with it. It does taste like Veuve Clicquot, so I'm into it.
Well, it's so funny when we were off camera. That's exactly what she said. And I was like, well, it should because it's made in the same fashion, just a different region. Cheers.
Do a little cheers. It's really, I really like that. It's dry. It's delicious.
And that's the big thing to remember when you're looking at labels is if it says Brut, it's going to be extra dry. It's going to be very light on the sweet. Whereas opposed to Prosecco, and again, Prosecco is not sweet, but it's going to be slightly sweeter.
Got it. All right. So coming up, we're going to do a little mixing, right?
Yeah, and that's why Brut is such a great...
Canvas?
Exactly. Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. Because if you're making a mimosa, you're making a Bellini, you're already adding a little citrus, a little sugar probably.
Right,
and you
don't want to do
overpower.
sweet on sweet.
Exactly. That's just asking for a hangover.
Back in the college days when you couldn't really afford a lot of stuff, you'd maybe get something like... I don't even want to say. We can't say it. We can't say it in the presence of Ferrari.
No, of course not.
But it would be sweet, and then you would add sweet to it, and you're like, am I supposed to like this? I don't know.
And then you have a headache for 3 days.
Yes.
Which is why Brut is the perfect option to make a little mixing with.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Will. Guys, come to Treva in West Hartford. Try Ferrari. It's delicious. We're going to see you right back in just a little bit.
Cheers.
All right.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love Treva, too.
Yeah, Treva,
it's a fabulous
and the sister restaurant is Avere.
Avere, yes, spelled backwards, yes.
So if you're ever wondering, if you go to West Hartford, there's Avere and there's Treva, and you just take Treva and spell it backwards and you get Avere.
You're not seeing things.
Yeah, you're not seeing things. And let me tell you something. I was at Avere with Leslie, a good friend of ours.
Our mutual friend,
Leslie,
yes.
we have a mutual friend. And the food was phenomenal.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
I got the mussels and the French fries. And it was spectacular.
The pommes frites?
The pommes frites.
This sounds fabulous.
So I think I might, actually I'm going to be in the neighborhood, I'm going to be in the neighborhood there coming up.
Excellent.
All right, there's going to be a lot of dancing going on in UConn's campus over the next 24 hours. Huskython 2024 starts